I want to welcome you here to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, people? How you doing? Oh my gosh, it has been an amazing day. I have seen so many different people here today, just today alone. And so be on the lookout for amazing content coming straight up. But we have a guest on the show, Cody. And now you guys know I'm trying to do with my name. So I'm just saying, say Cody. He's going to put his last name on there because I probably will torture it. But he is a musician. He's in the music industry. And I want to welcome him to the show.
Hey.
Hey. So how do you pronounce your last name?
It's LeDoux.
Ah, see?
Yeah, people butcher that all the time, and they like make fun of it. It's very easy.
No, it's actually pretty. Is it French?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Aha, LeDoux. Hold on.
Exactly.
Sorry, that's not gonna be. I'm gonna cut that out.
Okay.
LeDoux. See, it's pretty. It's like it rings. It's like, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So I think it's beautiful. I just think it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
There you go. There you
Thank
go.
you.
I have to say that more often. Cody LeDoux.
It
sounds like I love you.
Ring.
It does.
It does.
Like,
yeah.
I see Cody loves you. So Cody, tell me about yourself.
I'm a singer-songwriter and a cinematographer. Mainly right now I'm doing music though. From Sacramento, California. I was born in Arizona. Moved to Sacramento when I was pretty young, and now I'm based in LA. So
nice.
It's going pretty good.
So how is LA? I heard all kinds of stories about LA. You go into LA to be an actor or a singer, and you end up being a waiter or waitress. Tell me about this.
Well, that's not my situation. I'm going to college in LA, so I'm pretty able just to focus on what I want to do and not really have too much stress of having to make ends meet as far as like paying rent or something. So it's a little easier, but yeah, a lot of people end up there and just doing something they absolutely hate, and I'm like, just go back home and focus on what you want to do and then just move.
Great advice. Yeah, great advice. You just don't know where you're going to end up and where this whole thing could end up for you. I mean, it could be in a big city, but it also could be in these little tiny town where you never thought you moved to this like 15,000 people population. All of a sudden you become a star. I've seen it happen.
Yeah. There's big bands that I like that are just like not even in a big city. They're just in a random city somewhere out west, and it's just like they're making it happen and they're touring and doing a bunch of good stuff, but they're not in LA, so you don't really need to be in LA.
Exactly.
Just settle where you are, and you'll get noticed eventually.
That's right. Cody LeDoux. He said it. I love that last name, man. Okay, so let me tell you something. Let me ask you a question, though. You know, how did you get into the music industry? Because you're in college, right?
Yeah, I am.
What are you studying?
I'm studying TV and film production. Nice. So kind of like the opposite end of what I'm currently here for. But I got into it, I think, like a couple months before COVID really happened. I would say I got into doing music. It's just a way to vent and cope. A lot of people like go to therapy, other people like rant to their friends, but I figured one day I was like, I might just give it a shot. I might just go for it and see what happens. So that's kind of how I got into it.
Nice. Okay, so you get into it, COVID, all that stuff. So during COVID, you decided to get into the music industry, or was it before that?
No, yeah, it was during COVID. I think it was like February, March, I would say. I think I started making something in January, but I really didn't start formulating anything until probably the start of it. So
wow. So you're seriously new. You're like a baby.
I am, yeah.
So that's kind of cool though. So what is it like for you to be, going into that second year of music, and what have you done? I mean, like musically, like not only musically, but professionally, like business-wise.
Business-wise, professionally? I haven't done too much. Firstly, it's hard for people that have businesses where they help independent artists and everything. It's very hard for them to see someone that's really new into it and kind of like allow resources to go to them, because then if it doesn't work or if they fail or if there's bad publicity in general, then it's not going to look good for them. So finding people to take a chance on you, to at least kind of be there and just be like, okay, well, you're doing this a little bit wrong. Let's kind of help you and get on the right path is difficult for some people. But I was fortunate enough to kind of spend a year just learning it a little bit,
Okay.
and really getting into it more this year than I was last year. So I have a lot
Okay.
of things happening this year. Nothing last year, but this year.
Oh, that's sweet. So, okay, so you're in the music industry. You found
Mhm.
someone that's going to help you out and get you on the right path.
Yes, yes.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, okay. So you had music up and you took some music down. Why did you take some of the music down?
Well, to be honest, it was awful, like really bad. It was like me just putting out music to put out music, and it wasn't mixed, it wasn't mastered, because at the time I like wasn't smart enough to realize that that was what needed to be done. You know, I know you do vocals and then you put it to the song and everything, but at the time, like either I just don't think at the time that I realized that mixing and mastering had to be done. So I put it out there and it sounded really awful, just raw, everything raw. And so I ended up taking a bunch of it down, not only because it was raw, but just because it sounded poor in my opinion. I was like, I don't really want, if I'm gonna take it serious, I don't want that to be up there and
Mm-hmm.
be like, people go to my page and like that's just really bad. Like that doesn't even look like effort was put into it. So I had some taken down, but Insecurity is the only song that's still up, but I think on
Mm-hmm.
Amazon Music you can still find it all. I don't know why they didn't take it down. Everyone else took it down when I asked them to, but Amazon Music just has it all.
Oh, so there is a, you know what? I like kind of like those things where, you know, when you're first starting out, that you have music out or that you do a challenge. So you challenge yourself to get it out and just do it so that you can be over that hump of being so insecure. So that song, do you really like that song though?
I like Insecurity. Yeah, I like it more than the other stuff that I had taken down. It's probably why it's still up, but it also sounded the best out of the three other songs that I had out. So
Mm-hmm.
I do like Insecurity. I still look at it and listen to it from time to time and like, yeah, those big changes need to happen with that. But I'm just gonna leave it there as like a nice starting point. It wasn't my first song that was out. It was like the third one that came out, but I left it
Mm-hmm.
up there. Um, but yeah, I like it. I would say it's a pretty good song. It's like it did really well. It like kind of blew up overnight, like in small terms, like blew up. It like went from like 10,000 to like 80,000
Mm,
overnight. Uh, so it was. I like it. I
that's
hope other
great.
people like it.
Well, I hope they like it too. And I hope that they see that as a marker. You know, a lot of people might put you down and say, oh, you
Mhm.
should take that down. But me, I'm the kind of person where I
Mhm.
like to see the beginnings of a person and where they came from and
Right.
where they're at today. Because literally, people can be inspired by that. I think that's
Mhm.
inspirational. I think that's amazing that you left it there, that it's still there, and that it is a marker for where you're going. My gosh,
Yeah.
wow. So, okay, let's talk about some future projects you may have in store for us.
Okay. Yeah. So I have an EP coming out. Hopefully within the next couple of months. It's almost done. I think I have two or three songs left to finish on it. But hopefully that'll come out before summer's end. But
Mm-hmm.
there will be a couple singles coming out over the course of the next couple months in preparation for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, that's gonna be a really big one for me. That's like something that I actually put energy and effort into on like the stuff I had to take down.
Oh,
But so I have high hopes for it, and I hope it's good, and I hope people like it and find are able to like relate to it as I did when I was writing it.
mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be nice for me to actually have
Nice.
something as a starting point, like a whole project 6 track thing to be out there and be like, this is my actual proper intro into everything.
I hear you. I hear you. So, what is your writing process?
My writing process. Well, usually I have a thing on my phone, like a your notes app, where I usually write down like all of my songs, but there's this like sometimes I'll just be doing something random and I'll think of something nice or I'll be in the moment and I'll like hear something and I'm like that sounds good and I have an entire note page just dedicated to like random stuff that I think would sound good like verses,
Mm-hmm.
choruses, whatever. And then eventually when something happens and I feel like that's something that I could actually put into a song or an experience or whatever the thing may be, I can put it into a song. I go through that little note thing and I'm like, I just found that one at home, like something that I can add on to, whether it's writing block or whatever. I can go through and be like, okay, I can change the lyrics around, make it sound a little bit different or whatever the case may be. But generally, I write my music and then I put instruments to it. I think Insecurity was the opposite. The music was there and then I put lyrics to it. and I changed. I switched that around, and now I'm going back to music before lyrics. So it's hard because sometimes I'll write a chorus or I'll write a verse, and then it won't end up being the verse. It'll end up being the chorus.
Right.
Like with Drunk Thoughts, the beginning part of it is what I wanted to be the chorus, but it ended up not being a chorus. It just ended up being an intro part to it. But I really wanted that to be the chorus, and it didn't turn out that way. And it sounds better the way it turned out than what I wanted it to. But so yeah, things just change really fast.
Yeah, that's so cool though. I mean, people can see the flexibility that you have to have as a writer. What is your favorite part of a song?
For Drunk Thoughts, my favorite part is definitely the bridge, because that bass line, the bass line is really good. Like that bass line, I love the bass line. That's my favorite part of that song. But in general, I think the choruses are my favorite parts.
Do you get a lot of hate? People don't like you.
People don't like me. No, people don't. Let me.
Oh no!
No, yeah, it's funny, but it's not funny because you write a song or you do something, and to be a musician or to do anything creative, you really have to. It comes from you. It's like either your experiences or something inspired you to do it. So it's like a piece of you, and then you put it out to the world, and everybody can see it. There's no limitations on it, and people see it, and then some people are just honest and give you like a fair kind of their thoughts and opinions on it, and like that's cool because at least they're being like honest about it. And then there's other people, like I posted a promo on TikTok for Drunk Thoughts, and most of it was like really bad, hateful comments. But somebody, I laughed at it with my friends, but somebody went out of their way, made a TikTok account, their own separate TikTok account, took my video, put it on their video, and then wrote like a horrible caption that I can't repeat here. But it was funny, but it like also hurt. Like someone really went like did all that just to like try to knock me down a peg. And it's crazy. Now I try not to respond to any of it. I just delete it, block them, whatever, and they keep coming back. But someone commented like on my Instagram, and I was like, I had enough of it, and I like told my friends, I was like, get them. Get them.
I mean, when you're going after your dreams and your hopes and your goals, and people attack you, you know why that happens, right?
I think I have their own feeling, like either jealousy or there's something. People say that it's not you, it's them. Something's messed up with them and whatever. But for me, I don't see why anybody has to be jealous of like anybody else, especially like if people are hating on me because maybe they are jealous, maybe they're not jealous, maybe they're just like rude. But there's nothing really to be jealous over. I mean, sure, it would be nice to go after your dream and then it be successful or not successful or whatever, but if you really want it, then you need to like be willing to like sacrifice everything for it, or most things within reason to actually get it. And if you're not sacrificing something, then you just don't want it, and there's no reason to be jealous over someone or to have your own insecurity like pour onto somebody else because you're not making it happen for yourself.
I hear you. But yeah, a lot of times they've given up on their dream and they have a lot of time on their hands. And so they kind of, they have to focus somewhere. And unfortunately, you, me, and anyone else that's, trying very hard to move forward, are the target of their inspiration. Yeah. And so it is what it is. People hate and how do you handle that though? I mean, besides your friends, besides everything, I mean, emotionally, how do you handle that?
I try not to let it get to me because, there are people, no matter how popular or unpopular are, people are always going to have an opinion. Someone's always going to say something about you, whether it be positive or negative. Something that was actually said to me sounds really good. I guess, like, at least they're talking about you.
Yeah, I get that.
They're wasting their breath on you. I mean, you listen to the song and then you hate on it, or you watch the video and you hate on it. Guess what? That still comes back to me. That pays me. It doesn't pay you to write that comment. You streamed the song. I've already gotten like however much I'm gonna make off of you. So I guess thanks for the song, but it gets to you emotionally a little bit, especially when it like piles up. You have hopes for something, and then someone just says something negative, And it's kind of like, wow, I kind of really tried, and I'm like letting myself be vulnerable to everybody else, and then people just do nothing but hate. It's a hard thing to kind of push through.
It is, but you're doing it.
I am doing it.
You're doing it, and you're doing a great job at it. Okay, so the next project that you have, when can we expect that out? What are the dates? Around about.
It's very hard to definitively put it on because it's not done yet. I want to say that there will be a song out next month. As soon as it's done, it'll be out next month. And then there'll at least be one song out a month until the project is out. I'm hoping to have the entire thing out no later than the end of August. So anytime between now and mid-August, I would say, is when the actual thing will entirely be out.
Nice. And, okay, and so after that, what are you doing after that? What comes next?
I would really like to actually do live shows and just perform something live. Nothing like big venues or anything, obviously, but just I'm in talks with the people that I work with to make a live show happen in some regard. I have a hope, I have a dream for one show that I would really like to do. I have some people that I'd really like to be there and perform. If it's an LA show, then I have people in mind that I would love to perform there. And, you know, it would also bring a good attraction to the event and like-minded people and everything. So I just want to do shows. I know I'm not going to go on this like the 2-month tour or anything, but, you know, a couple shows to actually get it there. Because you can listen to music digitally. You can promote it digitally all you want, but people aren't going to give the attention that it should be to either connect to it or not. But if you go to a show and you hear the opener, you kind of just are forced to sit there and listen to whatever they're going to play to you. And you kind of start to understand and actually pay more attention to it than you do over your headphones. So I think promoting wise and just in general, just doing some shows would be great.
Wow. Well, I say, Cody, go for it.
Yes.
Do it. Performing live is amazing. It gives you this high that you just can't replace. You get addicted. Okay. You got to do it again. So your first show will lead to your next show, which will lead to the next one, which will lead to an addiction. And when you're not performing, please don't get depressed or sad. Do something different to keep you busy before your next gig. Okay. Because that's how it works, man. You know, that's how it works. I am so happy that you're on the show today. Thank you so much for being here. Man, you've been dropping some nuggets for people out there. And if you haven't heard all of the advice and the good mentorship that came from Cody's mouth, you need to go back and listen to this interview again and pay attention. Okay. Wow. Because I mean, you've done it. In such a short time. You have come a long way. And I hope nothing but the best for you, Cody. Definitely. LeDoux. I'm telling you, it is a very nice name. Very nice name. Where can people find you? Where can people find that one song that just didn't get taken down so that they can listen to your beginning? Because the next thing that's going to come out is going to blow them away.
Yes. My Spotify is my name. Apple Music, all of it. It is the name. I think it's like right there. Yep. That's the name. You can listen to all the music there on any platform that you want. YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, Tidal, whatever you use. You can also find me on my Instagram. That's also right there. And you will know a lot of information about upcoming songs, gigs, merch, whatever I have going on. You'll know about it in a little sneak peek into what it's like in college LA life. It's nothing good.
Well, if you look below, you'll see that the Instagram is official Cody LeDoux, and that's LEDOUX. It's French. Yeah,
it's French.
It's French. It's French. Cody, thank you so much for being on the show again, man. I appreciate it. Much love to you. Success. Keep bringing the music. Keep writing the music, and begin performing, and then keep performing.
I hope. That's the plan.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And you guys, we're going to have all of his information in the description box below so that you can follow, like, and comment. Please don't hesitate to do that. We love it when you comment. We love it when you follow. We want you to do that so that you can keep up with us. Support, 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 even if it's just to say hello and like something. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And until next time, guys, don't forget to dare to be different. All right. Bye. Hey, Cody.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to finish it. Don't go anywhere, okay?
Okay.